Right now, the Cavan Gaels team down here to our left are posing for their photographs. Meanwhile, the St. Killians team, dressed in their yellow jerseys with the green trim, they're moving down to take up their positions behind the Castletara youth band for the pre-match parade. The referee for today, he's out there now in the centre of the field. He is Tony Brady from Castlerahan. Now, I presume that there will be a parade because the band has already lined up, and I think the St. Killian's team were making shapes that they were going to line up behind them. We await the Cavan Gaels team to see what they are going to do. And now both teams are moving over in front of the stand to line up for the pre-match parade. St. Killian's on the near side. They will be led by their fullback Martin McGovern, whilst Jonathan Graham, better known as Johnny to his clubmates and colleagues, he wears number 6 and captains the Cavan Gaels team. Just one more minor delay before the parade. The St. Killian's team are now posing for their photographs. So the roll of the drum, the band strike up, and the pre-match parade will now get underway with the St. Killian's on the stand side. Next to us, Cavan Gaels on the far side, and as they go, we will give you a check out and how they line out. The Cavan Gaels team in goal, Niall O'Riordan. Right back is Carol Deegan, full back Mark Gillick, and left back Patrick Graham. The half line on the right is Enda Crow, and the centre Johnny Graham, the captain, on the left Ronan Hannon. Centre field is Tomas Gormley and Paul Kinsella. On the half-forward line on the right is Andy McAvoy, on the centre David Noonan, and on the left Killian Fee. Top of the right Mickey Graham, full forward Mark Leddy, and top of the left is Philip McMahon. And as they swing round now in front of the goal at the scoreboard end of the ground, we will give you the line-out of the St. Killian's team. Fergus O'Reilly is in goal. The full-back line are Stephen Smith on the right, Martin McGovern the captain in the centre, and Callum Lynch on the left. The half line on the right is Micheál Cullen, and the centre Brian McHugh wearing number 16. He's their captain, and on the left is Killian Smith. Centre field is Terry Farley and Donald Traynor. On the half forward line on the right is Mark Conway, on the centre Thomas Riley, and on the left is John Smith. Top of the right, Niall O'Donoghue, full forward Brian Clark, and top of the left is Niall Lynch.
And some pictures from the Cavan football board this evening. Green Flag versus O'Reilly Gaels in Killincare at 5:30. And tomorrow Monday, St. Mary's service in Kinross in Connolly at 7:30. And we'll report for 3 notices of change of venues from property. So St. Mary's service in Kinross, Connolly at 7:30 tomorrow evening. And on next Saturday at 3 p.m, the under 16 Division 1 final will play Eastport versus Cavan Gaels. That's here in Bradley Park next Saturday evening at 3 p.m. And we also announce that this evening's intermediate football championship match between Ballymead and Montesmanet has been postponed due to a bereavement in the Ballymead club.
I took a little break there as there were some important announcements being made over the public address. Right now, the band doing the full circle of the field will move across now at the 20-metre line on the goal to our left. Very soon the teams will break away, and well, in a little while from now the under-21 championship final will get underway. breakaway. They'll move in to take up their positions, and Cavan Gaels will defend the goal on our left. The end that I've referred to on numerous occasions as the town end or the Royal School end. St. Killians to defend the scoreboard end in this first half. A good, generous round of applause for the Castletara Youth Band. So now the teams lining up, all things set and ready for this clash between the boys in blue and the lads in, well, I could say green and gold. Working on numbers. Some of the players we know, some we don't. So if the numbers don't correspond with what we've got, then the names will be wrong. Who knows, they could be wrong anyway, as Tony Brady sets the game in motion. And that's David Donald, trainer, who gets the ball down into the corner where Niall O'Donoghue sends it further on. Racing onto it was Mark Cavan, near the end line, got a touch to it. It's gone for the first wide of the game after about 15 seconds of play in the first half. The kick out to the centre of the field, and well, now it's Cavan Gaels, and number 8 on my programme is Tomas Gormley. We'll check that out a little later on as Mark Leddy now works his way in and from out the field takes the shot, and that's the opening score of the game after just over a minute of play in the first half. A slight delay as the ball had gone out over the fencing on the end line, and now St. Killian's goalkeeper Fergus O'Reilly will place it for the kick out. Out towards the centre of the field, and that's Brian McHugh in possession for St. Killian's. Brian to send it further down the field. That's Patrick Graham who came across there, and out towards Andy McAvoy. McAvoy flicking it up neatly and jabbing the ball back to Ronan Hannon, and Hannon making ground as he sends a low ball up towards Mark Leddy, who got the opening score of the game. He's way off the field, being chased. Playing it in low towards the sliding Mickey Graham, who is tangling for it there. Ball not being picked up. The torrential rain in the middle part of the day, leaving conditions very, very slippery and very treacherous indeed, as Martin McGovern jabs the ball out onto the far side, moving in towards the middle and getting the ball downfield. Well, Stephen Smith was read out as number 2. We'll try and find out how things are going as Davy Noonan sends Cavan Gaels on the attack up near the end line. That one got out over the end line of the chest of Philip McMahon, and it has gone wide. So it remains 1 point to Cavan Gaels and no score to St. Killians with 3.5 minutes gone in the first half. Good kick out for Fergus O'Reilly out into the centre of the field. And Killian Fee wearing 12 but playing it right half forward. Killian Smith blocks down the kick. Mickey Graham comes to it. A free to Cavan Gaels. And Johnny Graham sending it upfield. Mark Leddy now tapping it on for the on-running Mickey Graham. Mickey sliding as he turns and left puts that one across and over the bar for the Gaels' second point. That one coming after just 4 minutes of play in the first half. Down in the centre of the field, and it's St. Killians who come in towards the attack. Mark Gillick was tussling for it in there with Brian Clark, and the ball breaking free. Patrick Graham had one possession and had won a foul, but retaliated. He had won the free for the foul, shall I say, retaliated, so the ball been thrown up between them. And the Gaels now, with Mark Leddy taking the pass from Philip McMahon, trying to work his way in field, tapping it in. David Noonan couldn't hold on to it as Brian McHugh goes across, and Brian under pressure releases it. And you can see that the ball is slipping all around the place as Johnny Graham comes across his foul and takes the free quickly, sends it up now where Andy McAvoy trying to work his way upfield with it. He was confronted there by Michael Cullen. The ball comes back to McAvoy. He sends it in. It came off the woodwork. It has gone wide. It remains 2 points to no score. With the assistance of Paddy Riley, I was sorting out some players on the Gaels team, and right now the referee has some sorting out to do down there. There's a free in to St. Killians. Brian Clark is standing over the ball. That's St. Killian's opening score to make it now 2 points to Cavan Gaels, 1 point to St. Killians with just over 7 minutes played in the first half. Tyler Reardon's kick out towards the middle. Some holding there and a free to St. Killians, which Brian McHugh will take. A tussle for possession there between Thomas Riley and The ball eventually breaking into Donald Traynor, who sends it down to the right. John Smith trying to work his way in possession, has been held, and Brian Clark goes out to take the free. This one way out to the right of the goal on their left. More suitable for a left-footed kicker, but he's going to have a go at it with the right. Deflected in, and the Gaels about to clear their line now as Johnny Graham, who took the pass from Patrick, sets it up, and it's another Graham in possession now. That's Mickey. Mickey being chased as he jabs the ball across into the middle. Andy McAvoy not quite holding on to it. Killian Smith across there. As McAvoy, it was Breen McHugh who came across, and Andy McAvoy getting the ball inside. David Noonan laying it off for Mark Leddy. Leddy with the left-footed shot that's blocked down, and McAvoy will take it. Tries to turn, does turn, shoots, but sends it wide. It remains 2 points to 1. Fergus O'Reilly's kick out, and David Noonan to Andy McAvoy. McAvoy jumping it up and towards the end line. Philip McMahon will have to chase after it. It's gone out of play of the Gaels player. It's gone wide. It remains 2 points to 1. Kinsella getting the ball up now, and Philip McMahon seems to have recovered fully as he drops it in. Fergus O'Reilly grabs it, and Fergus sending it out towards the centre of the field. The ball coming off Mark Conway, and goes back there where Killian Fee deemed to have picked it off the ground, and Killian Smith will take the free. I had a lot of sorting out to do to try and find who was playing where, as Mark Conway has been chased back there now by Enda Crow, and the ball played across neatly into the middle where Ronan Hannon lays it back. And the Gaels playing short passing football as Paul sending out to Thomas Gormley, and Gormley sending it up where Mark Leddy once again roving away out the field. Gets possession, taps it in neatly to Killian Fee, and Fee with the shot and Fee with the point. Killian Fee, who can play either wing back or wing forward to good effect. The Gaels lead by 3 points to St. Killian's 1. Fergus O'Reilly's kick out across the halfway line, and John Smith laying it on into the centre. Mark Conway ball knocked away from him. Going across there is Tomas Gormley for Cavan Gaels, and sends it up to Andy McAvoy. Michal Cullen out there to confront him as McAvoy jabs the ball across into Gormley, and Tomas Gormley playing a low ball up along the right wing to Killian Fee. Killian Smith trying to prevent him from getting in the shot, and the ball is threaded through, and a foul on Callum Lynch as he came across. And Callum jabs it across into the middle, and St. Killian's now about to turn the fence into attack as the ball is played down to Thomas Riley, pushing the back, and at St. Killian's free, which Thomas sends neatly down now to Brian Clark. Clark twisting, turning, trying to find room to find a colleague. He finds the colleague, and Donald Traynor, and Traynor from out the field sends it to the right, and wide it remains. Cavan Gaels 3 points, St. Killian's 1. Reardon's kick. And Donald Traynor now for St. Killians. It's blocked down, but Breen McHugh nipping in to pick it up, and McHugh then to send it neatly in there to Thomas Riley. Thomas Riley is fouled. Referee Tony Brady comes across. Breen McHugh will take the kick. It came back off Thomas Riley, more by accident than design, to Breen McHugh. Donald Traynor latching onto it. Traynor with the shot. It's hanging towards the edge of the paddle, and Brian Clark brings it down. Niall Lynch playing it back to Mark Conway, and Conway with the right for a kick that curls inside the upright. 3 points to 2. We await the kick out from Niall O'Riordan. Out into space for Andy McAvoy. Took his eye off it, and Micheál Cullen nipped in to pick it up. He's fouled free, which Micheál Cullen jabs down along the St. Killian's right. A ball that Thomas Riley couldn't get to the end of, and it has gone wide. The dropping ball as Terry Farley punches it down, and Johnny Graham for Cavan Gaels sending it to the middle. Across comes Breen McHugh, and a collision between two Gaels players as St. Killians come on the attack, and it's Brian Clark. Clark moving forward, being chased by Mark Gillick, passing neatly into the middle, and Mark Conway's shot, and they're level at 3 points apiece about halfway through the first half. Dropped out, Terry Farley knocks it down, and John Smith jabs it out to Thomas Riley. Thomas now looking to find a way through the middle with the right for a kick that's going to go out over the end line, and it remains at 3 points apiece. The kick dropping out, and Micheál Cullen brought down. A St. Killian's free, which Breen McHugh is preparing to take, and the name of David Noonan going into the book of referee Tony Brady. Farley, and Terry sends it out to the right and wide, and the game remains well balanced at 3 points apiece. That's Niall O'Donoghue for St. Killian, supported by Terry Farley. Terry Farley sending it through in there now, and Niall Lynch trying to find room, makes a bit of space, takes the shot, which the goalkeeper brings out over the end line, and a ball that looked to be going wide now results in a 45 for the St. Killians, and Brian Clark is the one who's moved out to take it. That's a great kick from Brian Clark to put St. Killians in front on a scoreline of 4 points to 3. Ryla Reardon's kick will drop out around the middle of the field, and Mark Leddy made sure it wouldn't drop to St. Killian's player as he come out to win possession. Jabs it up, asking Mickey Graham to chase after it. Stephen Smith races after him as Graham looks to see who may be available. That's Paul Kinsella. Kinsella under some pressure, jabs it back to Mickey Graham, and the left footed kick has gone wide. It got a touch. It's a 45. Stephen Smith was the one who got the touch to the kick. So it's just a chance for Cavan Gaels if they got an answer to Brian Clark's kick. Who is their taker could well be Paul Kinsella, who's going to take the 45 for the Gaels. Some of the Gaels forwards had made little runs, perhaps expecting a short one. That's going to curl high out to the left of goal, gone out over the end line and gone wide, and it remains St. Killian's 4 points, Cavan Gaels 3. The St. Killian's kick out taken by Fergus O'Reilly. Out into the middle, Donald Traynor running onto it and jabbing it into space for John Smith. John Smith looks around to see who's making the moves as Andy McAvoy goes back to challenge, and the ball drops inside. It's bouncing out over the end line and it's gone wide, and it remains 4 points to 3. Across the 45-metre line, and a foul there, a free to Cavan Gaels. Killian Fee, the one who's anxious to take it, he's not going to take it. It's Janet Graham who's going to take it, and Jonathan sends it up. Martin McGovern bringing it down, but not quite holding on to it. Colin Lynch comes across, and Colin clears it out to Micheál Cullen. And Cullen to jab it downfield where Donald Traynor gets it. Traynor for St. Killian's way down the wing. Well, it's across into the middle it comes, and it's booted away by Mark Gillick. And now Cavan Gaels can come on to the attack as Tomas Gormley sends the ball upfield. Martin McGovern comes across to knock it outfield, doesn't quite hold on to it, and it's picked up, but sent harmlessly wide there by, I think it was Killian Fee who picked it up, and it remains 4 points to 3 in favour of St. Killian's. That's Kerry Farley who sends St. Killian's into attack, and attack that's broken up by Patrick Graham, who sends the ball out. Mark Conway for St. Killian's. Conway sending it crossfield, high jumping by Johnny Graham, and Tomas Gormley laying it backfield. And the Crow His kick going astray, and Breen McHugh sends it downfield. Johnny Graham picks it for the Cavan Gaels and releases it to Paul Kinsella. Kinsella adding to it as he tries to get it out to Mark Leddy. He's held free to Cavan Gaels. David Noonan and Martin McGovern will race out. Martin McGovern is fouled in possession. Free out to St. Killians, and Martin sends it downfield. Patrick Graham takes it to his chest, tackled by Niall O'Donoghue, fouled by Niall O'Donoghue, free to Cavan Gaels. Drops it in, and Breen McHugh. Breen with the clearance that will drop out across the 45-metre line, punch down where Donal Traynor picks it up. Donal having some difficulty in controlling it is fouled, and there's a free to St. Killians. Niall Lynch adds to it, and goalkeeper Niall O'Riordan to make the clearance out towards Mark Gillick. Terry Farley there with them as the ball's very near the sideline. Picked up by Terry Farley and plays it infield where Ronan Hannon gets it now to Mark Gillick, and Gillick sending it up the wing. Michal Cullen for St. Killians brings it out of play, and line ball to the Gaels. Tomas Gormley, the one who's going to take the line ball. And bring McHugh into Thomas Riley. Riley breaking free with the shot from out the field. That's high. It's over the bar, and St. Killian slips their lead 5 points to 3 with about 25 minutes gone in the first half. Killian Fee laying it back. Johnny Graham getting it up, and Mickey Graham now near the sideline. The linesman had thought about waving the flag. The feet were out, but the ball wasn't, as it's tapped inside, and Fergus O'Reilly in his own parallelogram. Free out. Mark Leddy going in there to challenge the goalkeeper. Fergus sends it up between Teddy Fairley and Tomas Gormley, and the Crow and Mark Conway, and it's Mark Conway who gets it, and Conway jabs it too for Thomas Riley, and it's Niall O'Donoghue now laying it off. Johnny Graham going back. Johnny fouled by the St. Killian's man, and then the Crow now picking it up from the free and sending it way up the field. Paul Kinsella adds to it. Colin Lynch jabbing it out. Mark Conway now moved over to play on the right, with John Smith playing now on the left, and Niall O'Donoghue tussling for it with Patrick Graham. The advantage is to St. Killian's. As the bowler swung across into Terry Farley, and Terry Farley with a kick that's going to hang in and drop over the bar to increase the lead 6 points to 3. The Gaels, who made a whirlwind start, but slowly but surely St. Killian's came back in. Not alone did they equalise, but they've now got double scores. They lead 6-3 as we await the kick out from Niall O'Riordan. We'll wait to see if the ball is picked up, and it is picked up. A foul on Patrick Graham, and then he jabs it out over the sideline. Breen McHugh with the line ball, and he sends it right across in towards the middle. Some more holding there on Niall Lynch, and Niall Lynch jabs it on for Mark Conway. And the Crow goes across, but Conway still in possession. Has the shot, has the wide. It remains 6-3. referee tapping it down. A foul on Thomas Riley as he tried to grab it. And Brian Clark to take the free from a little over 50 metres out from the Cavan Gaels goal. As Tomas Gorney sent it out. Niall O'Donoghue's kick has gone out over the end line and it has gone wide. So the fast, free-flowing football that we had expected might have got on a dry day, not quite materialising. Conditions very treacherous indeed. As Terry Farley knocks the ball down, Brian Clark lays it back, and now it's Mark Conway trying to find route one, but Mark has overstepped the mark, has been penalised, and there's a free out. There goes the half-time whistle, and well, to what might be described as a rather timid round of applause, both sides will take their well-deserved break.
Cavan Intermediate Football Championship, Coruscant 9 points, Labby 9 points. And Cruzel beat Magnuson, but they don't have the score. Just to recap score, Cavan Intermediate Football Championship, Coruscant 9 points, Labby 9 points, draw.
So the Gaels now making their way towards the dressing room, down there complete with Mayo jersey as Joe O'Connor.
And for the Cavan supporters of all, I'm sure you will have the chance to watch the final. We finish with number 5, 6, 4, 4. Number 5, 6, 4, 4.
So while the Castlecarry Youth Band prepare to entertain the crowd at half-time, we might just take a little shot of the crowd in the stands. Due to the weather conditions at the commencement of the game, we had to make our way up into the comfort and shelter of the press box. I'll say hello to Ginny Hanrahan while the camera's not pointed on him at the moment. crowd today are some of the Lara contingent, and with them there Donald Donoghue. Donald will have other things on his mind next Sunday. I also see sitting down over here in the back row in his shirt as well as that great Cavan star of the past, Raymond Carlin. So the second half about to get underway with St. Killian's leading by 6 points to 3. And Tony Brady gets this second half underway, and St. Killian's with Donald Traynor moving it in to Niall Lynch. Lynch playing at the top of the right. Brian Clark now about to take the kick. A nice curling shot from Clark that goes over. 7 points to 3. St. Killian's lead, and that one coming after about 20 seconds of play in the second half. Out towards the middle of the field, and it's Terry Farley who picks it up for St. Killian's, and Terry being chased by Mark Leddy. Terry still going, but still being chased. 3 to St. Killian's, and Brian Clark to take the kick. Well back there on the goal line. The change comes out where Brian Clark gets it and sends it in again. Once again it's launched out, and Andy McAvoy taps it on towards David Noonan. Down to Mickey Graham. The Gaels showing a little more urgency now as Andy McAvoy. A curling kick from the right that's gone across the face of the goal and wide. It remains 7-3. Carol Deegan is playing at left corner back in the second half. The St. Killian's forwards switched as well as the Gaels going into attack. Mickey Graham near the end line. The umpire signalling that he had taken the ball out over the end line in possession, so will be a St. Killian's kick out. Patrick Graham playing at right corner back, and Carol Deegan playing at left corner back on the Gaels team in the second half, as we await the kick out from the other end of the ground from Fergus O'Reilly, the St. Killian's goalkeeper. That one will drop out across the 45-metre line. Tomas Gormley for Cavan Gaels, tackled by Terry Farley, and the ball played in where Killian Fee lays it back now to David Noonan, treading it through the middle. And a shot from Paul Kinsella that goes out to the right and goes wide, and it remains 7 points to 3. Gormley not holding on to it, and Donald Traynor breaking away. Lays it out to Killian Smith, and Smith to jab it through the middle Johnny Graham did seem to get a touch to it, but Terry Farley pulling in it, getting it upfield, where Mark Gillick is back there for Cavan Gaels, and Gillick to send it out for Tomás Gormley, and Gormley to try to build a Gaels attack as he sends it down to Mickey Graham, being chased by Stephen Smith, with the ball out over the sideline on the far side. Cavan Gaels line ball that's sent into Philip McMahon. McMahon lays it back, and now David Noonan to kick it high. It'll drop in across the face of the goal, out over the end line, and another wide, and the score remaining 7 points to St Killians, 3 to Cavan Gaels. A game from which we expected oh so much excitement, but now with almost 5 minutes gone in the second half, that excitement is still being waited on. Andy McAvoy, but the referee has awarded a free for a foul on Terry Farley. Breen McHugh jabs it upfield. Thomas Riley. Thomas to Breen McHugh, and McHugh to send it through the middle to try to get it through. Paul Kinsella snuffs it out, and now it's Johnny Graham takes the pass from Patrick and sends it way down the middle of the field, and it eludes everybody and it's going to roll out over the end line and go wide.
With 10 minutes gone in the second half in Croke Park, the score is Offaly 1-8, Shelkenny 3 points.
Cavan Gaels seem to be getting Barry Hanrahan ready to go into the game. Barry missing the commencement of the game due to injury. Philip McMahon and Andy McAvoy trying to attack down the Gaels left as Michal Cullen goes back to defend, and it's McAvoy who wins possession and lays the ball into Tomás Gormley. Gormley jabbing it through where Breen McHugh gets it, and Breen sending it out through the middle. A foul on Thomas Riley and a free to St Killians. And Barry Hanrahan now has gone in to give his name to referee Tony Brady. Philip McMahon, the player who's going off the Gaels team, and Barry Hanrahan going in at left corner forward.
Barry Hanrahan comes in for Philip McMahon. Barry Hanrahan, number 17.
Breen McHugh's kick upfield. And Ronan Hannon won possession but sent it out over the sideline. Callum Lynch will take the sideline kick for St Killians. Booting it up the field. Ronan Hannon knocking it down, and Donald Traynor picking it up for St Killians. Has a look around. There's nobody available to help him. He's got to go it alone. Coming across his end, the crow drags him down. Free to St Killians. And Brian Clark has come out to take the kick. Just over 7 minutes played in the second half. Cavan curling outside the upright, and it remains 7 points to 3. With the kick out across the 45-metre line. Donald Traynor nipping in to get it for St Killians. Terry Farley was calling for it in the middle, but the ball was headed right through, and Johnny Graham was back there for Cavan Gaels, and Johnny Graham's kick will bounce downfield, tapped on by Mark Leddy, and it's Barry Hanrahan who slipped as he went for it. That's Michal Cullen now taking the pass from Callum Lynch, and Michal Cullen with the kick well up the field. Tomás Gormley comes across, wins the free. Tony Brady going in there now. going to throw the ball in between a player from either side. It's between Paul Kinsella and Donald Traynor, and Paul Kinsella gets it and sends it down. Mickey Graham coming to it. The ball will break from Micheál Cullen. It's Mickey Graham in possession. Graham trying to find a way to jabs it in and sends it out over the end line and wide. So Fergus O'Reilly will take the kick out for St. Killians with 9.5 minutes played in the second half. The referee going in there to have a word with one of the Gaels players there, Mickey Graham. As the kick comes out, and it's Andy McAvoy who gets it. McAvoy laying it across to Enda Crow. Crow to boot it down the middle, and Martin McGovern to send it out to Micheál Cullen, and Cullen then to send it further upfield. Carol Deegan is back there, but the ball had gone out over the sideline, and Carol Deegan takes the sideline kick, and Callum Lynch feeds it across to Donald Traynor, and Brian McHugh now moving forward with it, crossing the halfway line and dropping it way up there. Niall O'Donoghue and Patrick Graham goes across. Patrick Graham was fouled, free out to Cavan Gaels, and he sends it out to Johnny. Johnny trying to come downfield on the solo run under some pressure as he feeds the ball outfield, and a foul on Killian Smith, resulting in a free to St. Killians and Brian Clark to take it. O'Donoghue shot was blocked down, and some more Gormley's clearance will be picked up by Brian Clark. Brian making his way towards the 20-metre line, still around the vicinity of the 20-metre line, and it's Enda Crow who intercepts, and Enda Crow with a clearance downfield that Martin McGovern knocks down. Mark Lady out there to try to get it. There's Martin McGovern, maybe wearing number 3, but is up within 20 metres of the Cavan Gaels goal at the moment as he gets it across to Niall Lynch, and Lynch now to Terry Farley. Terry Farley brought down a free which Brian Clark will take, and is very capable of stretching the lead to 8 points to 3. It's now 8-3. St. Killian's the leaders with 12.5 minutes played in the second half. Niall O'Riordan's kick out towards David Noonan. Brian McHugh is there, and he's fouled, and there's a free which Brian takes and sends upfield to Brian Clark. Clark being chased. Clark with the kick. Clark with the point. It's 9 points to 3. The short kick out from Cavan Gaels. They're trying to do something about that 6-point deficit as Killian Fee now been confronted by Killian Smith. Gets the ball down to Mickey Graham. Stephen Smith is out there in the corner with him as Mickey Graham tries to work his way and still going. Barry Hanrahan calling for Mickey Graham's shot. It's over the bar from an acute angle. It's 9 points to 4. Fergus O'Reilly's kick out. And Thomas Riley laid it off for Micheál Cullen. Cullen to jab it up into the corner. Carol Deegan going for it, not quite getting to it. Niall Lynch is there. Carol Deegan is still there, and he toe pokes it into Mark Gillick near the end line. Out over the end line, in possession, 45 to St. Killians. Or had Tony Brady awarded the free out for the push in the back. And there's another push there on Tomás Gormley. Down to Mickey Graham, who will have to race out to keep it and play near the sideline. Graham to jab it across in, intended it for a colleague. May well work out yet for a Gaels player as David Noonan picked it up. David will drop it inside. They're waiting for it in behind there. Mark Leddy tried to get a touch to it, but Fergus O'Reilly was equal to it. And Fergus sends the clearance out for Killian P. Waite. It comes out to Mark Conway. Conway fouled a free out to St. Killian. He's a forward, but he was back there defending in his own half of the field. And a sub going into the St. Killian's team. I don't have numbers for the St. Killian substitutes, but hopefully the man on the public address, as Niall O'Donoghue now sets up an attack, the man on the public address may announce that Niall O'Donoghue takes the shot. He sends it across the face of the goal and wide, and now the sub is going in. So, Cavan Hanley in the game for St. Killians. They lead by 9 points to 4 with 16 and a half minutes played in the second half. Micheál Cullen touches it across to Brian McHugh. Andy McAvoy comes in to challenge. And now Mark Leddy will try to attack as he gets the ball inside there to David Noonan. Noonan with the shot and Noonan with the point. That pulls it back a little bit. It's now 9 points to 5.